Okay, so welcome to this Yoga Nidra for Earth Day. So thank you for being here, for signing up, and to watch um, the recording afterwards. So if you are joining live, welcome. So make yourself super comfortable and warm. So have extra blankets and socks. Warmth is really one key element of relaxation. If you have never done Yoga Nidra before, just a little intro. So Yoga Nidra is a guided meditation that you practice lying down on your back. So you can do this practice on the floor, on your bed or sofa. Make sure you have something behind your head to make your head comfortable. And you can also use a t-shirt or something to cover your eyes if that feels good. And yeah, so I think we are ready to begin. So find your comfortable resting pose, lying down on your back. And then close the eyes, arms by your side with the palms facing up. Let the toes flop open. So there is no need to hold or engage any muscles. And let the body arrive in this restful space. And maybe now you take just a few seconds to wiggle and to move, to make yourself maybe like 5% more comfortable. And throughout the practice, you can move if you feel uncomfortable at any time. But if you can, try to stay still. So stillness is part of the practice. And in Yoga Nidra, there is nothing to achieve or nothing to analyze or understand from what I'm saying. So allow the body to rest and the mind to be aware and awake. So you can follow the guidance of my voice, but without going into thinking or analyzing. And there will also be some short periods of silence. So know that that is, again, part of the practice. And I will tell you when it's time to return and come back. So allow yourself to rest and to serve that borderline between being awake and sleeping. And start to visualize or feel the shape of your body resting on the surface you're resting on. And see if you can have a sense of the shape of the body, the weight of the body, and the density of the body. And bring your awareness from the outer layer of the body, the skin, and then travel down the different layers of the skin, reaching down to the bone, the muscles and the bones, and the tissues inside the bones. And then feel the heaviness and the density of the bones. And the organs and the softness of the organs inside the body. And I'm going to guide you now through a body scan. So I'm going to name parts of the body. And when I name them, bring your full attention there and notice what are the sensations in that body part. So starting from the right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, the palm of the right hand, and the top of the right hand. And then the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, right shoulder, and then right armpit, right side of the rib cage, right side of the waist, right hip, right thigh, the knee, the shin, the ankle, top of the right foot, and the sole of the right foot, and the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth, and fifth. And then the whole right foot, the whole right leg, and the whole right side of the body. And then shift your awareness to the left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, the palm of the left hand, and the top of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, left armpit, left side of the rib cage, left side of the waist, left hip, thigh, knee, shin, ankle, top of the left foot, and the sole of the left foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth, and fifth. And then the whole left foot, the whole left leg, and the whole left side of your body. And then bring your awareness to your tailbone, the sacrum, lower back, middle back, upper back, the whole spine. And then the right shoulder blade and the left shoulder blade. Back of the neck, back of the head, crown of the head, right eye, left eye, right eyelid and left eyelid. And let your eyes, your eyeballs to sink back and down into the eye sockets. So if there is any tension in the muscles around the eyeballs, let the tension melt away. And then awareness to your right ear. So the outside of the ear and the space behind, and also the inner ear and the ear canal. And then awareness to the left ear and the outer part of the ear and the space behind, and also the inner ear, so the inner ear canal on the left side. And then the tip of the nose, the lips, the inside of the mouth. So feeling the upper teeth and gums and the lower teeth and gums. And the tongue resting inside the mouth. And then the chin, the throat, the whole head and neck, the whole front of the body, and the whole back of the body. Now bring your whole body from crown of the head to tip of the toes into your awareness. So the whole body resting in this Yoga Nidra space. And then we move to awareness of the breath. So start to notice the natural rhythm of your breath without forcing or pushing, just observing. And then you can continue to observe your natural breath, or you can count down your breaths with every exhalation, starting at 21. So as you exhale, you count in your own mind 21, and then 20 as you exhale, 19 as you exhale, and continuing counting down with every exhalation your breaths in your own mind. If you reach 0 or you lose count, you can start back at 21. Continuing counting down the breaths with every exhalation. And if your mind gets distracted, start again at 21. And then you can let go of the counting and the awareness of the breath. And we move into a phase of observing opposites. So bring your awareness to your right arm and have a sense, a feeling of your right arm being heavy, like sinking down into the surface underneath you. So connect to that sensation and feeling of heaviness in your right arm. And now imagine your right arm becoming very light and maybe floating up into the air and floating as light as a feather. So experience the feeling of lightness in your right arm. And then bring your awareness to both arms. So both arms are heavy, sinking down into the surface underneath you. So right and left arm, super heavy like lead, pulling you down. And then both arms becoming light and soft and floaty like a feather. And then extend these sensations to the whole body. So the whole body heavy, sinking down towards the earth. And then the whole body light and floating up in the air. And then see if you can witness both sensations at the same time. The heaviness and the lightness coexist in your whole body at the same time. So have that little dance between the heaviness and the lightness, like merging and coexisting in your whole body, knowing that you can hold both at the same time. And then let go of the awareness of the opposites. And we move into our visualization. So do your best to follow the guidance of my voice and just enjoy. So imagine yourself or see yourself sitting on a rock in nature. And maybe you feel the temperature and the surface of the rock you're sitting on. And then have a look around and see what you see. Maybe you see trees, maybe you see mountains. Have your own vision of nature. And then in front of you, there is a path. So notice how the path looks like. And then stand up from the rock and start to walk down the path. And feel the breeze on your face. And smell the smells of nature around you. And then you see a gate in front of you. So you walk to the gate and you open it up and you step in this lush garden. So is all the grass is super green. There are some flowers and trees. And the temperature is perfect. It's warm, but not too hot. And there is a gentle breeze. So notice the colors, and the smells, and the sounds of the garden. And it's so beautiful that you decide to take your shoes off and just walk barefoot around the garden. And you feel the temperature of the grass underneath the soles of your feet. It's very soft. Almost you can feel each blades of grass underneath your feet with every step you take. And then in this garden, as you walk and look around, you notice a tree that is really capturing your attention. So you walk towards that tree. And then you sit down by the tree and you rest your back on the tree, on the bark. And you feel the texture of the bark, of the trunk, and the temperature. And then you start to look around in the garden and up into the sky. There is this beautiful blue sky and the clouds coming and going. And I just look up and around and notice how that makes you feel. And take all that nature in. The temperature, the sounds, the colors, the smells. Open up your senses and let nature, talk to you and come to you through your senses. And let your full body weight rest towards your tree, knowing that the tree has roots so deep that can hold you and support you. And then you start to notice that the light has started to shift and to change. And you start to get a little bit cooler. And you turn around, and behind the tree, there is like a warm coat or jumper. You just put it on to keep yourself warm. But you know that it's time to go back to your rock. So you stand up and you start to walk out of the garden. And before you come out of the gate, you notice on the ground there is a basket of red apples. And on top of it, there is a piece of paper, a folded piece of paper. And you take the piece of paper, you open it up and see if there is any message for you. Maybe it's a word, a color, or a symbol. Or maybe you don't see anything, and that's also fine. So you thank nature and earth to send you that message. And then you walk out of the gate you close it, and then you walk back down the path. And the day starts to become evening. The sun is setting down for the day. But even if it's getting darker, you feel safe because this is a path you know well and you walk here before. So you walk back to the rock. You sit on the rock once more. And then by now is turning night. So you look up and you see some beautiful stars and a full moon shining her light on you and your path. And then I will leave you a few moments here if any other images or words they want to come to you. And then it's time to find your gentle return. So let the images, the feelings, the words, the sounds dissolve into your awareness with a deep sense of gratitude for what your experience has been. And I'm guiding through your gentle return into your body and the room you're in. So start to feel the contact of the clothes, the blankets or the cushions your body is in contact with. And feel the back of the body in contact with the surface underneath you. And feel the space all around the body and the space of the room you're in. And have a sense of the corner in the room you're in. And start to hear any sounds inside the room and outside the room. And start to make your inhalations a little bit longer and deeper, so that extra oxygen and the sound of your breath can be the bridge that you cross to fully come back into your body. And then start to maybe wiggle the fingers and the toes, knowing that there is no rush. You can take as much time as you need. But find your way with gentle movements, maybe of the head side to side, to start to feel your back into your body. And maybe you reach the arms above the head and you give yourself a full body stretch. And you can also open the mouth and maybe you yawn. And then I'm going to guide you through a seated position. But if you want to lie down, keep lying down on your back, you can. That's totally your choice. If you are planning to come back to a seated position, so then you can continue the rest of your day and the weekend, then start to bend the knees. Maybe you sway the knees right and left, to massage the low back. And then hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. And then keeping the eyes closed, move and roll to one side into a fetal position and stay a moment there, reminding yourself and your body that there is no rush. Take your time. And then keeping the eyes closed, come to a seated position with a long straight spine. Maybe you roll the shoulders up, back and down a few times. And then start to rub the palms of the hands, hearing the sounds and the sensations in the palms, pulling, returning back into your body, into the experience. And then press the palms into one another, relax the shoulders away from the ears. This practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Give yourself a big or a virtual or real hug, congratulating yourself for choosing to rest, and giving a moment of gratitude also to the people who practice with you live or will practice this recording afterwards. So this practice is now complete. We finish up with one Om. You can chant it or just listen. So exhale all the air out. Take a deep breath in. Oh. Thank you and namaste.